I think I've seen these exact same opening. Maybe it was Ember Mirana, but I love Kato Ember. You get the cooldown reduction. They you actually can set up the Illuminate with the chains. I really like this, but you give the Batrider away, so that's scary.
I think this was second phased last game, but already a lot of control for Incubus.
Yeah, I have to say, as much as I love Coddle Ember, this looks pretty nice for Incubus. Already have a Hex, and then you have the potential Bat versus the Ember just like for the whole game. Potential lane threat too. Little bit awkward.
Yeah, the Shaman felt really strong that game. I think it's the first game in South America where Shaman actually, I felt his impact throughout the game. So
he was doing a very good job. It was exactly how Theban was describing it. This idea of like controlling supports and throwing the wards and just like, I just watched team fight. Like, I mean, the one time where he trapped the Wraith King and grabbed someone else too, I was like, the fight's just over. Like once you've accomplished that, you know.
Yeah, I really like the fact that he went for that build. I felt like some of the Shadow Shamans were not really going that way, so he definitely showed during the fights how strong it is. And I'm gonna take the Venomancer away. All right, pretty different bans. I felt like just with this Batrider showing up and the Puck being banned, that was not something that was happening in most games yesterday.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if Venom keeps sticking around because it does. I mean, it is still kind of a counterpick hero in a lot of ways, I think. Like, there's going to be games where Venom just doesn't feel that good, especially if there's, like, a lot of high mobility and stuff, and it feels like you're not really, like, slowing them down. But in those games where he comes in the last couple slots and you realize that your carries are just going to get totally kited every single engagement, he becomes a very serious problem. So they get rid of the Venom and then instantly get rid of one of the more mobile carries in itself of that Ricky, too, to try and stop the continued control of Incubus.
All right.
I'm fine with it. All these bans pretty familiar. Again, the Weaver. So we talked about the options versus Monkey King, but also as mentioned, just an annoying hero in general.
They didn't ban Lena yet either. I mean, last game, pretty nice. Now looks pretty solid again. Just like Coddle, pretty good for Incubus. Just like have that big attack range. I always look for Laguna with the Batrider potentially. It's not a given, but they have the final pick on Incubus, so just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, that's true. I do feel like in the mid game, Ember actually is pretty scary for the Lina to play against, but the lane is amazing for her. They take the Gyrocopter away. Okay, so we do have Mirana open, right? So this could be a Coddle 5 and Mirana 4 for Gorillaz-Pride. Always pretty impactful to see Ember Mirana.
Yeah, she kind of comes up too for the side of Incubus, theoretically, depending on how they want to run it, just because there is the Coddle, so you have someone who can kind of help. I guess it's not as much of a concern anymore, but
he will get the eggs eventually.
10 seconds remaining.
Definitely there.
Plus, she's just good. I think Moonlight Shadow's nice when you have Batrider too.
Yes, definitely.
Dire team pick.
Great setup for Arrow, but they go the other way with Undying. So we talked about this pairing, the Shadow Shaman and the Undying. Nicely synergistic in the sense that they make up for what the other lacks.
And
tanky,
they both
one
make
squishy.
a lot of structures, which are hard to deal with when there's just so many of them. And that's something Ember just cannot do. Ember is completely incapable of dealing with these two buildings, right? In the sense of the wards or the tombstone.
Yeah, he's not a monolith, man.
No, that's not his job.
Isn't like Mirana super high value now? You have Tombstone and you have
Mirana
Ember.
and Phantom Lancer.
Sure.
Phantom Lancer is like, his stock is through the roof right now.
He's the equal but opposite to Ember Spirit in that regard.
Like, PL cannot get any more, like, give me PL this second right now, I think, if I'm Gorillaz-Pride.
Yeah, I wonder, like, if you get the PL first and you let yourself be countered with the fourth pick, or you go for the Mirana anyways. Because I guess Incubus could pick the PL anyways.
Is Coddle PL still a cool combo? Like, in the lane, spamming out the queue?
It's pretty good, I think.
That used to be a classic way back when.
The classic. It's the only way to live, man.
Instead. Okay. Mini with the mental mind games there in the lobby chat. throwing out that Grimstroke mid. Amazing baits. This guy, man.
It's so good, G-Pride. You should pick it.
His warm-up is watching an episode of Game of Thrones and getting into the politics.
Oh, I was watching some SEA, and people are playing
5
off-lane
seconds
Dreamstroke
remaining.
there. So
Yes.
maybe that's a bait on top of
Wait.
it, because I guess mid Grimstroke is hard when you already have this Ember. Not sure how many people are playing Ember safe lane, but maybe the Green could be off lane. Oof.
Time to commit to something here, Incubus. To commit to a 1 or a mid. I guess you commit to the 1 so you can leave the Batrider flex for mid or offlane anyway.
Do you get the PL here if you're Incubus just for the deny pick?
I mean, what's better that's left? There's still Wraith King. Weaver's gone. Troll is still in.
Jug is available.
Quite a few carries.
I like
Jug's
Jug
not bad.
versus Ember. You do have that free dispel. Like, it's kind of weird. Ember, until the PL has Manta Diffusal, some HP, he's actually pretty good versus PL, but then it goes the other way around. So, depending on the pace the Gorillaz wants to play, could be a little scary to play versus PL if you're Incubus. To play as PL if you're Incubus.
Yeah, I think Jug just synergizes well with Shadow Shaman Undying too. Like in a vacuum with their lineup, the idea of pushing on the earlier end, it always feels good when you have the Jug. And there's not really like, I mean, what are they going to counterpick if you go Jug that's like really that scary that you can't itemize versus, right? If they go for the PL, at least you have options. But they want the 3 instead, so.
Okay. So looking like a mid-bat now?
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah, to go up against the Ember.
I mean, I guess worth shouting out that
Or
Mid
Mid-Underlord.
Underlord was viable within the last 2 or 3 weeks. It was played in 1 or 2 of the open qualifier games, I think.
10
We did not
seconds
see it
remaining.
in any of the closed qualifier matches that we actually covered, though it might have
5
been picked there
seconds
once or
remaining.
twice also.
Interesting.
I haven't seen it in long enough to know how well it would fare versus Ember with the way the levels scale now, because he's been changed so
Yeah.
much. Because I can remember back when people used to pick Earthshaker sometimes as a 10th pick versus Ember, that Underlord at the same time was also kind of decent in the same way, because you could just like bully and right-click the Ember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he loves any 1v1 melee matchup for sure. He's got some of those Axe Slardar vibes.
That was when Mid One was doing the Radiance. Radiance Rush Underlord. It's just some quality Dota right there.
Beautiful. I remember a No-Tail game, he actually played Carry Underlord when Underlord... Okay, so
Okay.
Oh my god,
go
guys.
for the PL, eh?
Sniped it on the
PL.
PL. PL Coddle into Shadow Shaman Undying. This is
At least they
textbook
picked
stuff.
a kind of decent hero versus PL. They probably
Yeah.
had this inkling, right? They were like, yeah, go
Yes.
ahead, pick it into us.
Mhm.
I have to say, Underlord does feel good against PL. The Q, the Firestorm, it gives you a really easy tool for the early mid game to pretty much always find the real PL after Doppelganger, stuff like that.
See how fast
obviously
that
the
Jug
root
Band came out? They were
is
like, these
very,
guys were
very
onto
good.
something.
Yeah.
They knew.
Dire team
I think
ban.
Incubus have an okay lineup to deal with PL. Enough AoE damage, right? Even the Ether Shock from Shadow Shaman is a nice to have.
So they don't ban the Lycan, but I feel like playing Lycan here if you're Incubus is a little scary. It's okay versus PL early on, but if
10
this game
seconds
drags
remaining.
long, and these games are dragging quite a bit, I definitely don't feel like Lycan is a
5
good
seconds
idea.
remaining.
So when you look at the Banias Heroes, Gyrocopter's ban, no Lycan, no Monkey King. The next one would be Terrorblade, which I'm okay with, actually.
That matchup versus PL, pretty nice.
It's into Ember, though. It's kind of ugly.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same with
Radiant
PL, right?
team
Terrorblade's a little scared early on, but you do eventually get so big that Ember can't really...
Right.
Like,
you outgrow
fight you
the
anymore.
threat, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah,
Are they
yeah.
going to
Get
take
big.
a page out of the Beast Coast book and go for the Sven?
10 seconds remaining.
Let me think here. I don't mind it.
worth it.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't mind it. Maybe Morphling isn't bad too.
Okay. Yeah,
The
Morphling against
Morphling
Ember.
PL
Yeah.
is pretty interesting.
I'm trying to think of something
more?
besides Centaur to ban here. Oh, Sanking. That was pretty good too.
Yep.
They could try like a Dispel hero, but I feel like they probably need the control. Like it's kind of tempting to go for something like an Ava or something, but I like this idea of the.
That's the Dispel.
Bro, they got control and a Dispel. Amazing.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's not a strong Dispel, so it doesn't really help this game.
True, but Brew with Dreamstroke's pretty good. Inkswell, Drunk Boy just marching forward.
10
I like
I
it.
love Brewmaster. What a hero. The
This was
Aghanims
the-
seems
5 seconds
insane.
remaining.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is a thing. 2 charges of your ultimate? Like, that's so crazy busted. I saw one game in Europe with it, and I was like, yep, definitely broken.
The hero
Yeah,
needed
that's-
something big like that. And
Okay,
whoa, we got a
I
big
don't know
boy
why,
there.
But ever since that Undying got picked, I've been thinking Alchemist, and I don't know
Huh.
why. And I didn't follow it because I was like, because I started thinking about IO2, and I was like, this kind of feels like an Alchemist game, but
You just
I guess,
channeled it. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it's nice versus PL. I don't know if Battle Fury Alk is going to be the play, but I guess it could be.
I think
quite
both
curious.
are good, but he might just get Radiance because it's a hard counter to PL. I think 1437 talks a lot
True,
about
okay.
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Think
just
you can go
Just
both,
too
but
good.
Radiance is better here.
everything about PL is about like right-click activations. So
Yeah.
you like directly decrease everything about PL's damage by going for that.
Mhm.
I like both of these lineups a lot. I think a lot of merit here. This Brewmaster feels like the perfect pick to tie it all together, but I think Incubus have pretty darn good options. I do like I like the Benny Alchemist here. I was going to come out and say it.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. I think Gorillaz-Pride are just gonna get kicked into gear, and I think they're gonna win this game mostly because I also just love Brewmaster, and so I'm very excited. Please win, Brewmaster. I implore you.
I think I'm actually gonna go Incubus here. I feel like they surprised me a lot in the first game. So with this draft, with the curveball of the Alchemist, I think they have everything to win this. That said, there's one thing about Brewmaster that I want to talk about. Not only it's like the broken part of the eggs is not only that you get 2 charges, but the fact that you can never die because you can end the split whenever you want from whatever panda that you want. So if Brewmaster dies in this game, chat, you can flame him because it should be impossible to die.
Hey, after
All right.
eggs, after eggs.
After
eggs.
eggs,
Come on.
that's true. But yeah, that's going to be a Ben Jazz Brewmaster. So one of the fan favorites here in the hands of a hero that we like quite a bit. So let's see. Game number 2 of our opening series today. We've got Gary and Theben again. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, Theben looking at this last pick up on the Brewmaster, something I'm super excited to see after all those changes he's had, and an Alchemist coming out for the other side. Wow, what are you feeling about these drafts?
I like Alchemist. I think it's good. I think it has a lot of potential in this patch, and this is one of the games where he can excel at. That being said, though, Ember Spirit with Grimstroke and Keeper of the Light, one of the best combos for him. You got an Inkswell, you got the Keeper giving you Chakra Magic. I mean, as long as Tal has a good game, everything's going to be looking good for G-Pride. This is what I was thinking during the draft. They should put the Phantom Lancer middle
Interesting.
against the Batrider instead of having the Ember mid against Bat, because Ember is pretty bad against Batrider. You got the PL with the Doppelganger that can just dispel the stickies, and then now you got the Ember playing with the Caudal in the safe lane, and Underlord won't be able to really punish PL that hard if it's not actually laning against him.
Yeah, it's true. They get the kind of multifaceted lane swap advantages all the way across the board. Dismar's Kotl
30
wanders into the
seconds
Alchemist,
left.
looking to try and secure some of these bounty runes up against Benny, of course. Bringing a variety of heroes down south. Brewmaster, Grimstroke, PL there, and the Kotl frontlining a little bit. Undying's going to realise he can't really stick around for a steal, so he will get back to his side of the river. Yeah, with this Brewmaster, is it going to be like an Aghanim's Rush? The panel were talking about it as if it's the kind of be-all and end-all of the new Brewmaster. So what is it going to be like?
Yeah.
Phase Boots, Aghanim Scepter?
It
Do
really
you Blink
depends.
still?
No, you don't. You don't need Blink on this hero. You kind of just use your Cinder Brew and then go in. I expect him to buy an Urn. Urn is a pretty important item on the hero because you can you can trigger your Cinder Brew with the Urn. which is really good. So it does a bunch of damage, and then you get in there, you clap them, then you use the primal split right after that. It's a little bit hard though to play Brewmaster into these heroes on Incubus side. Like Shadow Shaman's amazing for the disables, Underlord's amazing, Firestorm damage against Brew, and then Undying. I mean, Tombstone is like the worst thing for Brew. As soon as you pop your primal split, you have to commit to the fight. He drops a Tombstone, instantly countered.
All these zombies start massing around you, yeah. I'll start getting
you're
annoyed.
gonna, and then your PO has to go in and like get rid of that tomb.
And already in this lane, Brewmaster getting put down by that decay. 12 strength already stolen by Nuage. Good illuminates from Dismar though, catching both heroes a number of times. Allowing Benjas to drag the rest of the wave back closer to his tier 1. It looks like up at top, Mar did lose his courier here to the Grimstroke, who is slipping through the trees back into the creep wave.
Oh, he can die here. Where's the Ether
shock?
Okay.
It's there.
Okay, Fairy Fire. Alright. The Firestorm not landing. You need to land like 2 more times on the Grim.
And he'll be able to salve. And Ember Spirit can farm under the tower. Drag that wave a little bit further off to the right-hand side. Undying, chasing Dismar back. Kotl has Chakra Magic though, so he's going to keep refilling all of that mana pool. Spamming out Illuminates.
Should be a very good lane for the Ember here. Later on with the Flame Guard, he can just run onto the Underlord, especially after using a Firestorm.
It feels like it's important for Grimstroke to not leech experience in this lane though. Like usually Ember mid,
Yeah,
you know, he's getting a lot of XP rushing to 6.
Right. I mean, if he has a lot of if he has free farm, it's gonna be okay. As long as he maxes out his Flame Guard, like he should be able to just farm up maybe some stacks even by the Grim. That could be a good thing for him to do. Just go over to the right side, stack those 2 camps that we normally see on the Dire team.
Good shackles under Firestorm though. Jupiter and Mar really pushing a lot of damage forward. That Flame Guard comes out at the very end, and the Magic Stick charges barely, allowing Tau to survive.
He wanted to get level 3 before he used that Flame Guard, so
He's level
he had
3
to
now.
use it
Very
just
sad.
to mitigate the damage.
Has to wait another 15 seconds for it. And the Grimstroke's not really able to pull this wave back, so sitting in a pretty comfortable place for the Underlord and the Shadow Shaman. Quick peek into... Yeah, he'll head over. Quick peek into mid lane. 18-5 Bat, PL at 12 and 3. Mini having a great start.
Yeah, the PL's Doppelganger is a 25-second cooldown, so even if you do dispel one time, like if the Batrider keeps spamming the stickies on you, it might be a little bit hard to just Oh, it's actually gonna get gone on right now.
He's got 21 charges on Teemo. But this Batrider's got a lot of damage on him with the sticky napalm stacks up to 4. He pops his wand, but look at it. Nowhere near enough, and First Blood is a solo kill. Bat against PL.
Yeah, very well played by Mini there. Just like reading how long that cooldown is on the Doppelganger, and you know that PL is not gonna be leveling that skill up. Committing to it after he uses the Doppel. Very nice.
They rotate a Kotl into mid lane. Try and get a bit of chip damage onto the Batrider there. And at the very least, the Grimstroke steals the rune, so no refill on the bottle for Mini.
Yeah, he's gonna go back to base here, it looks like. Doesn't really want to stick around and die, maybe. Or is he just gonna wait for the 5-minute bounty?
Wait for the Shadow Shaman to die top lane. Mar, he's been ink-swelled, he's been killed off, but the Ember Spirit, close to death, not gonna get burnt by the Firestorm.
Undying first. The bottle refill service. And then Shadow Shaman next.
Well, you go for the double, yeah?
I hope so.
Just keep refilling. Go on, Mini, use some bottle charges. Have your Shadow Shaman come into mid. It's not going to happen.
Where's he going to go?
Shadow Shaman's going to TP top, isn't he? 5-minute runes are coming that you called for. So Mini goes towards Kara. That Grimstroke tries to TP.
Rip.
Lasso's there. And Mini has yet another solo kill on his hands with a couple of bounty runes to refill that bottle. And like, while this is all happening, Alka's still having like a good lane bottom. He's farming nicely.
Oh yeah, we have not spoken about the Alks lane one bit. I actually just disconnected, so.
But yeah, he's 25 and 3, farming away like a madman. Not too worried about this Brewmaster Kotl until Brew hits level 6, I guess. But it says Treads Bracer into Battle Fury that Benny has queued up, so no Radiance that the panel was looking for.
Yeah, I think it's still fine. Maybe he might go for like a Mjolnir build instead of the Radiance. I think Radiance is good this game against G-Pride's heroes. But if he feels like the Battle Fury will just help him get to his items much quicker, then that's still okay. Maybe like a Battle Fury SNY build is nice, especially against Brewmaster, so you don't get tornadoed up forever.
Yeah, that tornado lasts a pretty substantial amount of time. Ember Spirit, on the other end of the spectrum, not doing so hot up top. Does get a 2-man Inkswell. Firestorm still going, and Tau, he's going to get sliced here by the Underlord. Oh, that final hit, not enough. 18 HP remained. As Jupiter, yet again, so close to killing Tau, but Ma just loses his life for it. As Batrider's rotation should find the Grimstroke. Is that another lasso? It's on cooldown for 30 seconds, so this time the TP works.
Ember, he might not have a lot of lasses, but he does have 2 kills.
Radiant's middle tower
And
is under attack.
he's level 5.5. Meanwhile, the PL, level 7, farming up neutral camps. He's going to be extremely farmed this game on the PL. Like, the Batrider at this point can't really stop him. It was nice that he got that 1 kill on him, though, to slow down the PL's pace in this game.
Yeah, just looking at the net worth, though, 3 green heroes in the top. Batrider with that Alchemist and the Underlord. I guess we expect this, Alchemist with Grievel's Greed now up to level 2 to start racing up to the top of the chart as the PL snipes a courier, but they lose Dismar. Nuance.
They got Bruce play here.
Focused down. Benjaz does try and pop the one to split out. Hexed up in the meanwhile, and this zombies, they are stacking up against Gorillaz-Pride. The Tombstone is not being dealt with. Ma has to handle the Brew split now, though, and Benjaz will chase him into the trees. A bit of juking happening, but the final boulder toss will allow that fiery spirit to kill him off. The Brewmaster realizes, hang on, my summons don't really do a whole lot of damage to that Tombstone.
They do not. Feels really bad, especially when the Tombstone gets maxed out later into the game. I mean, right now, the Undying is only level 3, so it's not doing a whole lot.
It's just going to get more and more problematic.
First Bruce split, I guess it was pretty good. You got the 2 support kills. PL also got a piece of that. So he's happy to have a little bit of impact early on as a mid carry.
Yeah, I feel like getting PL involved there was really important for them.
They need to. They need to like get this PL involved all the time in this game because 1, Ember is going to be a little bit under leveled, and 2, you're playing against Alchemist. If you don't get an early lead and try to shut down the opponent heroes, the Alchemist is going to get way too farmed.
Yeah, he is starting to race ahead, and there's not really been a contest of his farm. Tau.
Ember shackled up.
Yeah, that's a level 4 Shadow Shaman. Level 4 on that Firestorm as well from the Underlord. Do a little bit of damage to the tier 1. They're hunting the Grimstroke, but they can't find him. Just need to keep clearing out those waves top.
Got a nice juicy 3-stack here for the Alchemist to farm up. He has a broadsword out. He's about 1,600 away from his Perseverance for the Battle Fury, and he's gonna look real good after that.
It's not even 10 minutes in yet. Dismar's come to try and get a bit of dewarding going. Benny not standing for any of that nonsense. As top lane again disables onto this Ember Spirit, forcing a Remnant back, but he's just TP'd out here.
Oh,
he doesn't have a
man.
bottle or any regen, just 9-1 charges.
That feels so bad. This is not looking good for Tao anymore.
And then
Like
Kotl
that one
bottom.
death. Yeah.
Radiant's middle
Dismar.
tower
He's
is
been
under
playing this very risky game for a long time now, and Mini makes him pay for it.
Teemo, I think you're level 9 right now. You're going for a Diffusal Blade. You're gonna have to play on the bottom
Radiant's
side.
bottom tower
Try to
is
fight
under
into this
attack.
Batrider or this Alchemist or something. Like, he can't be farming on his side of the map. That's for sure. Like, he's got to utilize these high levels that he has right now to just fight.
Yeah, that is the, we touched on it very early on, the Ember Spirit, level 7, because he's in that dual lane with the Grimstroke, Grim's still level 4 because he tried to give Ember Spirit a little bit more room in terms of XP there, but it turns out that now he's the one lacking on the Grim. But Ember
They're
Spirit is
smoking right
smoked
now,
up.
though. Yo, Mini's making so much space here. It's actually incredible, like, how this guy plays. I really enjoy his playstyle. Like, he has no fear. He doesn't really care if he will die. He knows his... Look at that. He just pops the Invis. Sees the
he's
hero.
out
It's
there.
like, alright, I'm out. Yep.
And they've dropped the
Farm
Serpent Wards on
some
tier 1
opponent
top.
camps, too.
Nuage drops to that Primal Split. They were also TPing mid for the Phantom Lancer. Lots of little moves across the map. You know, top tier 1 with the Serpent Wards and that connection from Bat. Defense for the mid tier 1. Maybe an attempt on the PL. And losing the Undying bottom lane, it seems fine because that tier 1 is standing strong. While Alki Boy, he has Battle Fury and an Ograx coming for his BKB
Jesus.
as well. He is huge.
Yeah, this is too much. This Alk is just way too big. And also that Undying baited out the Brewmaster split there too, so G-Pride don't really have a way to fight with this Brew anymore. And he's going for a Midas on Brewmaster. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, guys, this is completely the opposite way that you want to be playing in this game. You don't want to be in a farm war against Alk, because, you know, we watched Incubus play game 1, and they know how to take advantage of their...
They sure do. Oh,
Of their
Benjas tried the TP, but it was well played by Mini to hold that lasso for so long, and knowing that split was down, pairs up with the Undying for a kill onto Benjas. But yeah, you were saying this dire side needs to be active, playing forward, aggressive, get in the face of the Alchemist a bit. And they have done absolutely nothing of that. But when you miss that initial, I guess, window, that bit of timing where your aggression could work out, they're probably thinking that they have to take it super late against the Alchemist now, don't they?
Well, they got the Diffusal Blade coming out soon. I think with this, they have an opening on the side of G-Pride. They just gotta group up together as 5 even, just surround the tower, get heroes off it, and just take the tier 1s like that. Like, this PL with the Diffusal is the strongest hero on the map, even if Alchemist has this much farm right now. Just because how the hero works, you know, he's almost level 12.
Yeah, they don't have a great way of dealing with the illusions. There's Pit of Malice, there's a bit of AoE out from the Batrider. But if the PL's able to do his normal playstyle of send illusions in, burn mana, send illusions in, burn mana, then commit to a team fight, there's not multiple waves of ways for Incubus to deal with that kind of guerrilla warfare. Kara, yet again found by Mini. They pop the split though, chasing Bat. Shackled up on the left-hand side is Tau, the Ember Spirit being annihilated by Nuage, and the Phantom Lancer finally arriving, but Batrider's escaped off to the right-hand side, while the PL gives chase onto Ma, and this Nuage Undying, he's going to try and pick off both of the supports. Underlord can't really help his buddies out, as the rest of Incubus, well, they're just buying time for the Alchemist right now. Batrider's toying with the Phantom Lancer with a Flame Break. No Doppelganger for 4 seconds. They could potentially kill him before he gets it off in time. The final clicks arrive, but Batrider trades back. 2 big core kills there for Incubus, killing off Ember and PL.
I mean, it's not the worst trades since you are far behind, and they're probably gonna get this Underlord here as well. I guess it's a pretty good trade, to be honest. 2 for 4. You'll take those when you're down this much. Alchemist does have a BKB up. Oh boy.
Oh my god. 14-minute Battle Fury BKB. He is ready.
Yeah. Look at his net worth, dude. Look at his net worth. Honestly, like, even with his BKB, I don't think he should... Like, he could just get to his AC first, or at least a Hyperstone. Because he's kind of lacking a little bit on that attack speed department, but maybe they just feel strong enough to just run at the mid tower, though. I think that's not a bad idea. Just do that.
Yeah, just go for it. Kill it off. Blink Lasso. Catch
Rip
out the
Ember.
Ember Spirit. Oh, wow. Tau didn't have a good laning stage, and it's not improving, is it?
And
4,000
he's like,
net worth.
guys, this Alk, level 13, what's going on?
And now the Grimstroke's being dived. Mini's Batrider, really no fear whatsoever, but he probably should have had a little bit of hesitation in going into the middle of 4 G-Pride heroes.
Oh, I don't know what he was doing there without his lasso up. I think he's really feeling himself right now. And that's a back-to-back death on him. That's not that good.
And now a Soulbind with the PL chasing the Underlord. Dark Rift not going to work out for them. As the Soulbind into that Solar Bind, Wow, that's a tongue twister if I've ever heard one. Teemo still running forward to try and pick off Mars, Shadow Shaman, and Grimstroke. He survived somehow on about 150 HP, stays up and kills off 3 of Incubus's heroes.
This is really good. Teemo just showing up to the fights, going onto the right targets, getting that Underlord kill first, and then, sorry, the Bat Rider, then the Underlord, then the Shaman, like that. Forcing the 10-second BKB out of the Alchemist as well. At least G-Pride are starting to, like, fight back and get this PL really involved in these engagements.
Yeah, he is
If
the
they can-
linchpin hero.
Yeah, they need to do this for like another 5 more minutes. He'll get to like a SNY or Satanic, or sorry, a Manta, whatever the PL wants to go to in this game. And it's going to be very, very strong after that.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And then you've got to find ways to try and handle him. Pipe is coming up for Underlord, but no Greaves, no Mech, no Crimson Guard. Interesting he decides to go Pipe. I've seen a fair amount of offlaners kind of go Hood and have an Arcane's Mech go into Greaves. Yeah. Is there enough magic damage here from G-Pride to warrant that Pipe?
I think it's good, especially against Ember. You completely mitigate all of his damage, Cauto Blast, you know, Grimstroke, Stroke. There's a lot of magic damage on the side of G-Pride. That's for sure. Yeah. It just doesn't feel that good because you're spending 1,550 gold on a very selfless item for your allies, and you don't really make yourself any tankier.
But I guess it's good if everyone's going to be grouped up around the Underlord anyway. They'll make the most of it. No, but seriously, why is Kotl's skill called Solarbind, and why have they got a Grimstroke with Soulbind? Why do we have 2 skills in the game that are like identically named? Well, Grimstroke, speaking of him, he walks in with Kotl just dropping immediately. They've caught up the Grim and Shackles and a good little Underlord hit there, and you're right, the high ground Tombstone making life very difficult for G-Pride as the Alchemist just turns into a shiny golden god and whacks down onto that poor little Grimstroke. Benjas does find the Shadow Shaman in the end, so we're 2 for 1. But that tier 2 gets denied by Teemo.
Benjas also gets out there, so that's a big win for him at least. They get the outpost. They need to make sure that this outpost is not taken back by G-Pride for the 20 minutes. They get a nice lead off of that. But this goal lead though, Gary, has been stuck at 8k for about 5 minutes now.
Yeah, it's not been picking up. There's been a couple of good fights from G-Pride. Like you said, it's kind of worth it, all things considered, the way they're trading heroes, you know, evenly.
Okay, you know what? I take that back. This goalie is about to skyrocket the moment he farms this small camp right here. You know, they triple stack that for this Alchemist.
Who?
They're going
where
back
are you
to
looking?
collect
Oh, wow.
the farm. Nice juicy load. Triple stacked small camp. Oh yeah, here we go, Betty.
I mean, usually that's like 150 gold or something, but now it's like 400 gold. Give it to
me. Yeah, they got the 10k gold lead now, and they're bringing the creeps over to him. They're giving him everything. They can't even jump him because he's got a BKB. Yeah, he went for the SNY too on the PL. That was a good choice. You don't really want to go Manta into like Underlord, Firestorm, and Alchemist Battle Fury and stuff. The SNY is much better against the Shadow Shaman too.
Yeah, or if you get lassoed up if they find the real one. That's a good point. Have that status resistance on you. Grimstroke out on the map again, trying to go for a dewarding mission. But the rest of Incubus, they've spotted him just outside the pit. They're thinking about it. They've got Serpent Wards and they are being very hesitant about what their next play is. Do we Roche? Do we push top? There's no tier 2 top, so there's not really worth anything going up there. We'll go mid instead onto that tier 2, which Alchemist is saying, I want to push. Well, that's all happening though. Phantom Lancer shoved out the bot wave. Got to be careful walking back up to his high ground, so a nice little illusion micro. Scout out all of the members of Incubus. And they don't actually get a push on the tier 2. It's defect like Kotl just sits there blasting it. He's got Illuminate, you can't shove. I really hate playing against Phantom Lancer when he's just throwing illusions at you. They lasso the Brewmaster with Batrider with his jump there. They've got the chain stuns to kill him off. Benny with that concoction, just enough stuns to find the Brew before split, and the Grimstroke He's been tracked back across to the river. Trapped in the pit. Surrounded here. And Mini now dominating again. He's picked it up after those couple of deaths.
Yeah, I mean, he realized he's maybe just throwing the game a little bit with those. Slowed the game down, went for the farming route instead. Okay, never mind, he's back at it.
He's back at it again. The madman trying to kill off the Kotal. Dismar survives. Nuance, Shadow Amulets try and get away from here. The Ember Remnants back in aggressively under the nose of Benny. I'll see what Tau wants to do, because he doesn't have any more Remnants on Ember Spirit, by the way. He was hasted, he was running in, he gets recalled back by the Kotal. Mar being focused by the PL Illusions, and they can't stop him. Teemo shreds through the Shadow Shaman.
Man, this has been a really big overreaction from Incubus here. Like, if they're bottom side, they just took over this triangle area and they want to push bottom. Why do you TP to tier 2 top? I know catching a Kotal is pretty cool, but he pretty much got his whole team dragged back into the top side of the map. And this is exactly what G-Pride want. They want Incubus to react to their pressure. Like, this PL is getting to a basher now. He is not a joke. He will kill you.
Yeah, he doesn't have 20k net worth, but he's still definitely a viable threat, especially against every hero except Alchemist.
Exactly, and the thing is, like, he's not gonna go for the Alchemist either until he's the last hero left, right? The Alch. So, and the Alch is gonna have a hard time chasing this PL around the team fight because he doesn't have that Radiance. He has Battle Fury.
Yeah, and up next is Abyssal Blade.
That's a good item though. That will help him kill the PL, like, and get on top of the PL as well.
And it feels like Incubus are very focused on getting rid of the Brewmaster first anyway in the team fights. Before he gets Primal split off, that has been their go-to target to try and chain stun down. But now you're looking at the Aghanim Scepter on Brew with Blink Dagger. Phase boots up. So Benjaz has the 2 charges on Primal split. And, like Bowie was saying, the ability to cancel the split on any of your summoned spirits, so you can run the Storm one away and just pop back into your normal hero form.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Roshan o'clock. In we go to the pit.
Roshan o'clock.
Yeah, it's time. Alchemist with an Aegis incoming.
Tower is under attack.
So now we're probably going to see Incubus really play the fog, maybe smoke behind your Alch, put him on the very front lines, and a Dark Rift down to bottom tier 2 as a 4-man squad.
This could be a window though. The Alch is exposing himself without Chemical Rage. I'm kind of surprised they're actually running away from bottom. I think another team would have stuck down there and waited for, like, Incubus to exit like this and jump the 2 supports. Imagine if they were on that hill right now where Incubus is standing. And without the Alchemist ulti.
Incubus so delicate with the way they wanted to go back up the stairs, like sentry ward, wait patiently, see if anyone comes. Then they get back into their jungle. But a Primal split.
Okay.
Brewmaster wants to start this one off straight away. Cyclone.
Yeah, I mean, it's already too late to fight now. Alch already has his Chemical Rage backup. When you play against this hero, you always have to play around that ability, the Chemical Rage.
I guess there's a chance they didn't see the Brewmaster Aghanims, so like maybe Incubus think that Primal split has been spent, but I think Brew was like under vision of the Underlord long enough for him to click him. Grimstroke is out of there, or he's trying to get out of there, but Batrider is a speedy fella, thinking about the lasso, he's gonna have to use it. Easy pickings, but a long cooldown to use up on a Grimstroke now, as 2 of your other lanes are actually being shoved hard by the core heroes of G-Pride. Ember Spirit's starting to catch up a little bit now with his Maelstrom.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's still a long ways away. He's gonna need a lot of help from his PL to create space for him in the team fights. I mean, he's gonna just need, like, what, a kill or 2? Then he'll be fine. That's what they really need. Not farm. They need to get some kills on these Incubus heroes. They gotta farm off some Shadow Shamans and Undyings. But
just
where'd
keep
he
dark
go?
rifting. Top
Oh, he
lane.
went by himself. Okay.
Yeah, I was watching that
Take his
thinking,
team somewhere.
will they take the Alchemist? Will they take anyone else? But no, he dark rifts top as the Shadow Shaman Undying. They're trying to find an opening, but Tau doesn't fall for the trap, and now they make
Oh,
a
they're
jump.
going in. No rage.
Solar
No
Bind
chemical rage.
with the Primal Split. 20 seconds for Rage. Good Soul Rip there. Puts Benny back up to about 8% HP, but the chase from the PL
High ground
begins
tomb.
now onto the Undying. It is a high ground tomb in a great position. No vision on the high ground there, but the Undying, he has to Soul Rip himself to stay alive. While Mini, he does arrive into the battle and the Primal Split ends. No one has died yet. All of these ulti being spent, but no one's fallen. Every single hero gets out of the battle unscathed, alive, except maybe this Brewmaster, who does have to use the second charge of Split to run away.
That high ground tombstone.
What a
Completely ruined
5v5!
them. Yeah, I mean, it was a good play. Like, you jump the Arc while his rage runs out, and then you go onto the support, but then, you know, this tombstone is just slowing everybody down. Your teammates are backing you up on Incubus side, just beating up on his PL. PL gets slow, and he's like, alright, this sucks. My team can't commit to the team fight because of this zombies and the vision that it's providing.
The Underlord was trapped inside Serpent Wards and he doesn't have phase boots. I didn't realize that until like 5 seconds ago. He was running around in circles inside the Serpent Wards. Let me out!
That
Get
actually
me out
happens
here.
way too often.
I
don't know
swear,
why.
Shadow Shaman players do it on purpose. Like, I'm so sure of it.
Yeah, they're there to grief your team.
Why didn't you buy phase boots, you idiot? Come on, he's got Greaves coming for you. He's a team player. In fact, no one on the Radiant team has phase boots. So any one of them could get trapped inside the Serpent Wards. Just under a minute left on Aegis for Benny. Try and, again, secure this last outer tower. Final vestiges of defense outside of the base for the Dire team.
It's gonna have a lot of attack speed on this Underlord. Another way to deal with that Phantom Lancer. You know what I would like to see? I want to see a Shivas on either Batrider or Underlord. That item freaking owns PL hard.
So good. Scouting him out in the trees, getting that nice little AoE bit of vision on him, killing off the illusions. I feel like Shivers gives like so much utility. Oh, Grimstroke. Okay, another lasso for the Grimstroke. Every time it's off cooldown, Mini somehow finds Kara. Thinking about the Stroke of Fate, puts it on the creep wave. But it is a slow, inevitable death for the Grim in that bottom lane. Ooh, a DD rune. That could be a bit tasty for the Alchemist, but look at Tau. Ember Spirit. He was trying for it.
You know, alright, Gary, I got a question for you, buddy.
Make it an easy one, please. My brain is lagging a bit today.
Okay, if you're the Alchemist, who is the first hero you're going to give Aghanims to in this game? Because there's a lot of good Ags, right? On your team.
Ooh, who is the first person? I mean, my immediate thought when I look at that is Shadow Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, give it to the Shadow Shaman, give him the Mass Serpent Worn Aghanim Scepter, let him go high ground. I mean, I don't know if it's... Zai already just shouted Batrider to us. I mean, I don't think it's Undying, I don't think it's Underlord. It's either Shadow Shaman or Bat. But I would do Shadow Shaman.
Wait,
I wouldn't do Shadow Shaman, I would give Shadow Shaman an Aghanim Scepter.
Okay, alright. I was gonna say, I mean, you're into some real freaky stuff, man.
Some
do
kinky
Shadow
stuff with
Shaman.
Shadow Shaman, yeah.
Radiant's top tower
Is the new Ags and Underlord good?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Let me think about this. A Dark Rift on Ags, upgrade on Underlord. It's pretty cool, actually. I just read it. Like, for some reason, I completely forgot about this. Can be cast on allied heroes and reduce a cast delay by 1 second. I can totally imagine a Batrider fire flying on the side, and then you like Dark Rift on top of him, and then the Batrider blinks in onto the backline, and then
Oh
you
my
got 5
God.
heroes in their base.
That's disgusting. Well, Alchemist is stuck
No,
in the Serpent
Alchemist.
Wards.
No!
The problem that we were
What?
talking about. Where are your
Again?
phase boots, buddy? Shadow Shaman, you have to stop this.
Yeah, what is he doing on Shaman? Like dude, I play like 100 shaman games. I never block my teammate in. I legit plant my wards
Like,
so they don't block
so
my teammates.
The thing
Oh
is,
my
that
god, hit
could
the
have been
Abyssal Creep.
that could have been a lane of
creep.
barracks. That
Yeah,
could
it
have been a
would've
lane
been.
of barracks. That's a DD Alchemist. He's still going to get
Still
the
is.
melee, it looks like. My goodness. But he was there for a long time, trapped in those wards, as Gorillaz-Pride still looking to mount a defense with no primal split for 25 seconds. They've used both charges
Wait,
of
it's a
it.
bit awkward. They're gonna fight on G Pride, right? But
They're
they're gonna
trying
run
to
into the
chase.
high ground though. They can't run into the high ground. Please.
There's no chemical range for a while. The Alchemist, BKB, stands his ground against the PL. Timo, half HP, being shredded here by Benny. He's nearly dead. No doppelganger, he's gone. No buyback on the Phantom Lancer as they've shackled up Benja's Brew. There's no primal split on him either. He can maybe wand and try and pop it in a second. It's coming off cooldown, but he's been annihilated. Gorillaz-Pride, they
man.
come out of their base. They thought the same as you. We can take a fight here and defend our barracks, defend our honor. But Incubus, they held.
Dire's bottom barracks.
I mean, I was trying to say don't go into the high ground because
yeah.
there's a damn tombstone that you're gonna fight into right there. Oh,
You
they
did
did not think
say
about where they can fight, and they just walk in there, die.
Dire's bottom barracks.
And lose another lane of barracks.
Has
They're gonna
Bottom
lose all
gone.
their acts.
Dire's
Mid dying, yeah, no PL for 40 seconds. Buyback is 440 gold away. They're gonna lose their entire base.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
All the way around we go.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Serpent Wards have even come back up again. This time, Shadow Shaman very deliberately put them away from his allied heroes. Not going to trap anyone inside this set of wards.
He made sure nobody was nearby first.
Alright, here we
Before
go.
he planted it.
Ember Spirit, Abyssal Bladed immediately under the tombstone, shackled up, chain disabled, and killed for 50 seconds. He's gone. Full set of racks again. Mega creeps are coming. Mars still surviving as Benjas tries his damnedest to get into that back line of the Radiant team, but he's lost all of his little spirits. The summons are dead. No buybacks here for G Pride, and they are just being shredded. Bleeding out as the Phantom Lands are trapped inside the pit. Doppelganger back towards his fountain, but he's gone. GG is called.
Dire's middle tower is under
Incubus
Right.
with a 2-0 victory, and Benny with the final touch of a rampage.
Rampage. The first rampage of South American DPC. There you have it. I mean, it wasn't that hype because the game wasn't even close. It was just like, it was like watching a pub game, man. It was just an absolute stomp. You know, even Mini is like, it's okay if I die here. If I die this guy, I don't have lasso. Let's just jump in there,